Hey family and friends, welcome back to the Homestead. We have a little project today. Our new composter arrived.
Yeah, so what we got is one of these cool little dual chamber composters for putting out in our kitchen garden. Now this isn't going to be one of our big composters that we use for all the garden stuff, all the stuff we pull up, all the leaves and all that that's going to go into big composters. This one's going to be for just our kitchen type scraps, the coffee grounds, the lettuce, the ends of your celery, just anything that you can compost that's not fatty food, oil, cheesy type of stuff, but just the stuff from your kitchen that we want to keep rodents out of, or any other critter that's going to get into an open compost bin, because this is actual food that they're going to want to come after. So we got one of these little dual chamber rotating style ones just to have in the backyard. So we're going to put that together today. So let's grab some tools and get started. So this project takes some pretty simple tools to put together. I just have my electric screwdriver here. Probably have to use a standard screwdriver also once you have to get up inside of it, but just a standard medium-sized Phillips head. And then I just have a little nut driver. You can use a ratcheting wrench also. It just has a couple different types of Phillips screws and some nuts, nylon threaded one and a non-nylon threaded one. So let's get started. So kind of a neat feature about this composter is that it's dual chambered. It has a center divider down it, and it has different openings for when you're adding stuff to the composter or whether you're just letting it rest and turn into compost. So this is the door. It slides either way, and that thing can flip around also, but it's for two different sides, one to add to and one that's sitting there baking. So it's kind of nice. You don't have to wait for the whole thing to get full and then wait for it all to compost to use it. You can still be making compost while you're using the compost that's in there. It's got little ventilations on the side that can open and close to allow more airflow to get through there. And the nice thing about these little holes is it will actually allow the black soldier flies to get in there and lay some larvae. So if you have chickens, you can harvest some black soldier fly larvae from inside here. It stands up on some legs, which keeps it up off the ground. Another key component for keeping all the rodents out. If you have that type of issue, you have not found that type of issue out here yet. Got the center post that goes across there. And that's it. They're just a couple of bags of screws and nuts. So we'll start getting this thing put together for you. So aesthetically, you're going to want to have these with the nut on the inside and the screw on the outside. Probably just looks better. And as you're putting it together, you want to recognize that there are two different length bolts in here. The short bolt is for assembling the legs down here. The longer bolt's going to be for mounting the center shaft across there. So ask me how I know that there were different sizes. All right, let's finish this up. get started on the rest of the structure now. So the assembly's been pretty simple so far. We're putting this outside panels onto the main end parts. There's some male and female connectors, and then same here, just some little pins and holes there, and just one screw and one bolt for 2 different positions there. So this is how we're doing it. Much easier with 2 people holding it. That's pretty much it for adding one piece to one end there. Now what they specify is that this, the open top, it goes on the last piece and it goes where the vent is here. So that when that's in the up position, airflow is going to be able to come through that vent. You don't want that vent down at the bottom where all of your stuff is while you're adding things up here, because then it would be blocked and you wouldn't get any airflow. So where your area is to add your things into your compost, that needs to be up top where this ventilation is, so that it can have flow through there. Because you don't want this thing going anaerobic. You don't want things getting rotten in there. You need oxygen flow. You want to go out there and rotate this thing. Just whenever you go out there, just rotate it every day if you can. If it's only every few days, that's fine. But just when you see it, give it a spin. Let those things turn around, get that oxygen in there so it doesn't go anaerobic on you. Because that'll just kill off all your microbes and everything that's you're trying to create in this entire scenario. So as you're building, don't forget to build both sides at the same time, or it's just going to hold it together a lot better, because with this side flapping around. But once you get to at least this point, you got to remember the divider to put it in there. Build any more further than this and you won't be able to put it inside there. But so that's basically what it's coming together. As you can see, the 2 sides of the composter, the divider. So one whole side will fill up while the other side's baking. And it's a pretty cool little system. It's small. It doesn't make a lot of stuff, but it's great for just your kitchen scraps and stuff to kind of quickly do them. And the fact that it's black is what really helps it heat up and break things down, as opposed to just a big compound post that you need to build, 3 foot by 3 foot to get that heat generating inside of it. This will do it just from the sun and the fact that it's black. Okay, so you can see why they have you put the sliding panel on last, because you need to be able to get up inside here to mount your last few screws. Final one going on here. All right, there it is. So now we're going to get it mounted onto the rack. Pretty easy. Mhm. All right, so got that all mounted up. Got the vents at the top where they're supposed to be. Let's go put this in place. Okay, so we got it in place. You're going to want to set this in an area of your yard that gets a lot of sunshine. We have north behind us, so it's going to get southern exposure even all throughout the winter time. It is black, so it's going to collect that solar heat, and it's really going to break the stuff down in there quickly. Behind the camera is where we're going to have our kitchen garden that's going to have things like herbs and easy access vegetables to get out to right in the backyard, where out in the front paddock area we'll have our big garden. So it's great to have a little composter like this. This is just going to be for our little garden back here, where when we plant each little plant, we can just grab a handful of the compost, throw it in there. We'll have bigger composters out in our big garden too. So you guys should think about getting something like this for yourself. It's easy compost, just for using stuff from your kitchen scraps. Close to the house, come out, throw it in here. Instead of throwing it in the trash, turn it into soil.
Thank you all for joining us today. We're really glad you were here to watch us set up our composter, and let us know in the comments if you are starting a garden of your own this year, and we hope you'll join us as you see our kitchen garden growing. God bless you and keep you, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.